This is the rawest and the realest WMMA podcast on the planet. This is Savage WMMA Fan podcast number 6. Let's go. Illima Mcfarlane versus Juliana Velasquez. I won't spend a lot of time on this fight. I'll just say, basically repeating most of my thoughts. This fight was kind of lackluster. Wasn't the most entertaining fight, though. I will say that Juliana did everything she had to do to win. She had some nice kicks, nice knees, very good strikes, but she didn't really put the combinations together as she usually does. And I'll give Illima Mcfarlane this credit. She didn't start off real good in this fight, but she did close out strong. I mean, she legitimately was trying to get the fight to the ground. When she would get it to the ground, the position would be reversed or Juliana would land on top and whatnot. So, I think she actually gave a better account of herself than she actually, thinks or portrays it. I mean, the main thing that I talked about after the fight, I made a video about the post-conference interview with Illima Mcfarlane. She was just too fucking hard on herself. She made it sound like she was relieved to lose the title. It's okay to be relieved that, you gave all your all and whatnot, and you left it all there in the octagon, but I don't know if this really helps her fucking career at all, taking that ass whooping. Now, to me, I felt that she was going to lose this fight. I'm not the only person. And she was even an underdog as a champion. So this is not surprising to most people in the MMA world. But, the way that she took this, maybe she'll be all right. I talked to a few people about it and shit. And they said that, sometimes it's the shock of losing. And sometimes people, who go through certain emotional stuff, they channel certain stuff that maybe don't even have anything to do with that fight. But I understand this pressure being a champion. I mean, she was the inaugural flyweight Bellator champion, and she had a good run. But it's over. So, but moving on, I just want to continue this fucking promo. Because here in the Lions Den women's mixed martial arts community, we're really pushing for Denise Kielholtz to get the next title shot at flyweight against Juliana Velasquez. I mean, she's an excellent fighter. She's also the kickboxing champion in Bellator. And she's dynamite, like her nickname says. She got the hands, and I think she got the hand speed and the power combinations to actually give Juliana a run for her money. So we're really pushing for Denise Kielholtz. I mean, I didn't did everything short of email Scott Coker. I tweeted him, I Instagrammed his ass, DM'd him. Yeah. I got a video up there. You want to check that out. But, share it. Share that video. And share any video I make or anybody in the WMMA universe. Anybody in the community that's sharing videos, pushing for this fight. Let's get it done. Let's do it. All right. I just put out a video, my breakdown and prediction of Jillian Robertson versus Talia Santos. Look, I'm not saying this is not going to be a good fight. I'm not saying it's not going to be entertaining. I'm just letting motherfuckers know my pick has not changed. Okay? This is going to be a very tough fight for Jillian Robinson. Jillian Robinson might come out of that fight looking a lot less savage by the end of the match. You know, it's a good thing she loves to wear red because she looked like she's about to be painted all over with it. But Julian Robinson fans are confident. Okay, I understand. She's been doing better. Her stand-up is still not worth a fuck, but she has got better at picking her spots and putting opponents down. But my problem is that I think Talia Santos presents too many problems. First of all, I don't think she's going to come in there as flat-footed as Pateo was, Robertson's last opponent. I think her jab is fast, much faster than Pateo's, and even much faster than Jillian Robinson's. I think she has the range, the height advantage. I think she may even have the strength advantage. I think she's even more flexible than Jillian Robinson. That's not to say that Jillian Robinson's wrestling is trash and her judo is garbage. No, she's good. But what people need to understand in this fight is that when you look at that breakdown that I did, just look at any breakdown of Santos, her jiu-jitsu is good, okay? She's good. I mean, she did really good against Molly McCann. And I think what's going to be the downfall of Jillian Robinson is, I hate to say this about a wrestler, and I almost feel like I'm putting her in that Claudia pocket, but I don't know if she got the cardio just yet for a fighter like Santos. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure about that. I mean, at the end of the fucking day, I really think that Santos is going to be a little too rough and rugged down there for Jillian Robinson. But we'll see. Like I said, Jillian got heart. Jillian has a whole lot of heart, but I just think this is going to be a different challenge. So at the end of the day, I'm still going with Santos. I think the kicks, the body kicks, the leg kicks, ankle kicks, I think that's the key component for Santos. Jillian has to make it a rough fight. She needs to, rain down elbows. She needs to kick to the body. All this is predicated on her ability to get the fight to the ground. She got to do something special, everybody. I'm just not confident. I'm not confident in Jillian Robinson in this fight. I like Jillian Robinson, and I know they feel like, well, that's the best you motherfucking say. Like, well, we like Bob, but the motherfucker can't file papers for shit. I know it sounds like that, but, and we're about to let Bob go, and we're about to sit back and let Jillian Robinson catch an ass whooping, and we might even chuckle a bit. But the bottom line is, everybody, is that I think Talia Santos is good, and until I'm proven wrong, if I'm proven wrong, I'll come on here and I'll say I was wrong, okay? But Talia Santos for the win. Shout out to WMMA Addict. He made a video a few days ago called "Is WMMA Dead?" And on that video, he was looking at some YouTube channels and whatnot. And I want to say quickly, shout out to WMMA Rankings. I know Coach made a video on them. I haven't really checked them out yet, but I will, just out of support, because they do interview fighters, and they're one of the few groups that focus strictly on WMMA. So shout out to them. They came back for a minute. It looked like they were gone and disappeared, but they're back and they're intact. And but he was just talking a lot about the lack of coverage, and me being a much younger WMMA channel, but who followed channels at least for about 4 years now. It's definitely true, but the good thing is a lot of us are getting together and pushing. We don't need a channel with 100 or 200,000 fucking subscribers All we need is enough people who fuck with us, give us the support. We put in enough watch hours. We put in enough. We get enough engagement in our comment section, and we link to other sources outside of YouTube, and do live streams. I'm sure. I'm sure we'll get it done and raise the stakes for women's WMMA. But with that said, I want to talk for a moment on this whole thing about burnout. And I feel like I've been burnt out. I don't know about you this year. This year is burnout. I mean, look. You've had the COVID shit. That being like maybe the biggest factor, right? I mean, you had a lot of some people lost family this year. I've had my issues. People just had issues with this COVID shit. And I guess us who love fighting, like, this is something that we use to get inspired, motivate ourselves to some degree, and stay entertained, right? And not thinking about the shit so damn much. But, but it's like so many fights you want to see, and then they get canceled like that. Like, we're less than I don't know if we're less than 24 hours away, but technically, but we're like a day away, and like fights get canceled, or fights get rescheduled because somebody gets the COVID, or somebody just getting injured. Injuries just happen. So you got COVID and you got motherfucking injury. So I just want to say that I can empathize with people who feel the burnout, especially WMMA fans. Like, we done lost about 3 or 4 title fights alone in the last few months. So yeah. I just want to touch on Kayla Harrison versus Josette Cotton real quick. Fight was canceled because Josette ended up in the hospital. She couldn't make the weight, and I know a lot of people were probably hard on her about that, and went and came down on her about that shit. But you know what? You got to look at somebody who hasn't fought in 2 years. And I know they say, stay ready. That's true. That is true. And, maybe that's something for Josette to consider. But at the end of the fucking day, people got lives, and it was hard. It was hard for her to make that weight. And it was kind of like a last minute call out. Maybe even more last minute than the last time that she took a fight with Kayla Harrison. So, I hear that she's already recovered, and she's gonna, she'll get back into it. But, sometimes people they're not in the best position, to be ready for a fight. And, it's unfortunate. She gave it a shot, but there's worse examples of people not making weight. So, it wasn't like she was holding a fucking title like Nico Montano or something. So it's okay. It's all good. So shout out to Josette Cotton. And, Kayla Harrison gonna get murked by somebody one day because she just run her fucking mouth too much. All right. The Savage of the Week goes to Tecia Torres. Tecia Torres basically, she smashed Sam Hughes up pretty bad in this fight. She kind of, you can look at this 2 ways. You can say, well, look, Tecia Torres was just a better fighter. Look at the way she picked her up and just dropped her with that motherfucking tiny tornado power slam. She just dropped her at the end of the round. But before that, like, the hand speed was ridiculous. Like, for every 1 or 2 that Sam Hughes was throwing, Tecia Torres was dropping about 4 to 6. And it got kind of ugly. Sam Hughes couldn't see out of her left eye, and they stopped the fight. So it is what it is. But peace to Coach Sheldon Harrison. He's trying to set up a interview with Sam Hughes. Again, Sam Hughes is a tough fighter, but she kind of ran into somebody. And again, short notice fights. I was on the Come Get This Work podcast last night, and me and one of the hosts, Stamina MC, shout out to him, was discussing this whole thing about how, we're going to see this a lot more. You're going to see 2 fighters that match up well with each other, and, somebody's going to, because of injury or COVID or something, they're going to be out and they're going to be looking for somebody, and more than likely the person who they're fighting won't match up well, won't be quite on that level yet to fight this person, or just, plus the fact that it's a late notice fight. They don't have a lot of time to prepare. They don't have a proper camp. So yeah, this is going to happen. I do predict that probably somebody's going to come in there on short notice, like some people did earlier this year and in past years. Actually, take it to one of these, UFC contenders, But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, closing thoughts. I really hope that, the card is pretty stacked. We only got 2 women's fights, but I really hope the card overall is a success. Hope things go real well. I hope everybody's hanging in there toward this late, holiday season. And I know it's been one of those fucked up years in a lot of ways, but hang in there. Be inspired, and whoever you can get close to or conversate to with or whatnot. And one thing, I'll leave you with this. So I'm from the up north area originally, and snow. I'm no stranger to snow. Snow is a very, very relatable thing to me, right? And I hadn't seen snow around my way where I live now on Christmas Day in a long time. Mostly just rain and shit. And the other day, I look out, it was snowing. And it looks like it just may rain. It just may snow on Christmas Day this year. So I never wanted snow. I never was so much into Christmas that I had to have fucking snow. But for some reason, I want some fucking snow. I want the cool air. I want the snow. I want that vibe. I'm with it. So, hey, hopefully, whatever it is you're into by the end of this fucking year, you get that. You get something that gives you some type of perspective and peace. With that said, this is the rawest and the realest WMMA podcast on the planet. This is Savage WMMAFan. And I'm out.